What kind of tips do you have? I mean, when somebody wants to start their own podcast.
Yeah, I think it depends on what type of show you want to begin. So I'm going to speak towards my style of show because it's what I know, it's what I've been doing. So I can give theoretical tips if somebody wants to start the next Radio Lab, and I do have some audio production experience. So but that's theoretical, right? If you want to start the style of show that I run,
Right.
which is into like a Mixer G, or I aspire to be at Ira Glass, like a very interview style show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The number one thing is research. Like research. That's like the biggest thing that it creates two things that happen. Number one is when I'm well researched to a guest.
Yep.
When that guest comes on my show, it impresses them. So hopefully the day that I get Gary Vaynerchuk maybe on my show,
right,
that's my chance to impress him as a researcher and somebody that understands the questions to ask him.
Yep.
That nobody has asked him before or nobody has asked him in that way.
That's very, very, very important right there. Absolutely.
Yes.
Being able to also have contextual knowledge of the different shows he's been on, right?
Yes.
And be able to ask the question that was not asked.
Yes. So for somebody wanting to do a research show where they interview marketers or business like that, or an interview show, the research is the backbone of your show,
Absolutely.
Number one. And number two is that, of course, goes into your listeners. That impresses your listeners. Like I will listen to Andrew Warner interview somebody that's been interviewed 1 million times because I know Andrew is going to get something out of them that nobody has gotten out of that person before. And I've heard it time and time again. They put in their research,
right.
They look at numbers. When I have a guest on my show, I've got SEMrush tabs open. I've got archive.org tabs open. I've got Open Site Explorer tabs open. Like I'm looking at their sites as if I'm looking at them to maybe be a client of mine, right? Like that's the depth that I want to go into, to look at the links they have, to look at how they got their traffic. So
Yep.
I don't want it just to be surface level stuff. We really want to go in deep with it.
Oh, that's very cool. And that's very, very important. Don't go into it lightly. Don't go into it without having these key focal points there. Otherwise, you're going to learn along the way, because you're not going to be having the value appreciated by customers or by listeners.